Hello, ladies and gents. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Helix, also known as Ycey Narrates. And this is another little Halloween stream. Also, praise be to, let's just see real quick. SP Sounds Chill for this amazing background and ambiance. I did not get a chance to put their name in the description before this, or actually I put the wrong one in the description. I was tired this morning, clearly, and didn't notice until now. But please go check them out. Their channel has amazing ambiance, especially for this time of the year. They're not quite the biggest channel around, but they're pretty good sized, and I really hope to see them grow in the future. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? Evening to you, Brittany. Evening, Selfie. See, nice colors. Thank you, Zentemis. Yeah, last week this is what we did last week, toward the end of the stream. We made Vamp Icy. Let's see. Hello, Roxanne. Hi, Mackenzie. Hey, Jen. How you doing? Hi, Corky. Luna. There I am. Glad to see you, too. Hey, Hala. Silly Bean. Luna, I'm curious. Are you watching two streams at the same time right now? That is quite the commitment. I admire that. The Vampire King arrives. Silver Rain, I am honored. I'm also nervous about your name being Silver if I'm a vampire in this case. New outfit? Yep. We made it last week, Remy. Hey, Ariel. Hi, Anna. I'm doing well. How are you doing tonight? Greetings to you too, Larissa. I said I'm doing well. So is the doggo Thor. Yes, very pretty background indeed. So, hey, Zombie. How are you doing? Almost said morning. I feel that. Mondays go by, I don't want to say too quickly. I know most people really don't like their Mondays, but in all honesty, I have to say, sometimes if you don't get enough done, you ever feel like you wish the Monday went by at a much more reasonable pace? Not one where it's like, going by at, that door? Hey, buddy. Yeah, you ever have those Mondays where you don't feel like you're getting enough done and you want it to go by at a much more reasonable pace? That's me right now. How are you all doing today, though? Hey, buddy. How you doing? Who's your good boy? Yeah, it's just me. Just me talking to the big glowy bar. I wish I could turn on my camera so you guys could see him. He's got a little concerned look on his face like, Bryce, Ice, we need to talk to you about your habit of talking to that glowing box. It's starting to freak me out, man. I know, buddy. I know. Hey, Gobbledygook. Hi, Miss Zhao. Hi to you, too. Let's see. Healing mentally, so that's good. Thank goodness, Zombie. Yep. Glad to hear that. I hope this helps along that journey. Totally feel that about Mondays. Wish they could go slower. I wish they could just go at a reasonable pace. I don't need them to go fast or slow, just reasonable. I want to get things done that I need to. Tired, Autumn? Feel that. Let's see. Yeah, after I had to look up a couple new ways to edit a certain video, the Space Marine 2 video. So yeah, I'm a bit foggy in the head, and I'm thinking, man, I've got to bring up lists of monsters and other horror movie villains that we've got to and ask everybody if they can survive or not. I don't know if I'm in a what I call debate mind, sharp of the mind. I feel less sharp like a knife and more dull like an eraser. Except it's my memories that are being erased. Bryce, Ice, nice save there. Yeah, name is Bryce, that's why Icy is spelled Y-C-E-Y. Just call me Icy or Helix on this channel, though. Let's see. It's okay, buddy. Yeah, please listen to the chat, buddy. It's okay. And he goes off into his little corner to rest. One of his many corners. Buenas tardes, or almost buenas noches at this point, Montserrat. How are you doing? Sure Thor understands why you talk to the glowing box? I hope so. Like Lorenzo always says, there are moments where I think that he knows more than he lets on. He just doesn't want to pay taxes. Also, to quote Casual Geographic. I know I was absent for so long, but life, work, different times. Yeah, life can definitely make you absent for sure, Ms. Zhao. And upset. I know what you meant. Mondays exist within the ergosphere of a black hole, aka time is a little wibbly wobbly. Really, Remy? Let's see now. You good, buddy? Okay. Good boy. Alright then. So now, let me see if I... There we go. Place my cup of water on the wrong side of the table. Alright. During White Wolf's and mine collab stream, my dog stared at me like how Thor stares at you. Yeah. First off, Zombie, I didn't know that you and White Wolf had a collaboration. Luna, I think you and White Wolf should also collaborate one of these days. You'd be a good duo. Maybe. Your voices don't sound exactly alike. Models kind of look alike, but the personalities are different and the voices contrast each other really nice. I think it'd be good. Mint, that makes sense. Animals are quite good at being expressive. Well, it's exactly animals that I wanted to speak about for just a moment. Has anybody seen a new movie out called Good Boy? It's a horror movie, scare movie. I have not seen any such clips of it at the moment, but I have heard some things about it. And how it took like the filming itself took like 3 years, because it wasn't a specially trained dog, it was just the director's pet dog. And he just, some days he would, or not 3 years, it was like several years of filming, but he would film like 3 hours at a time each day. And depending on how cooperative the dog was. And if the dog didn't want to film that day, he wouldn't push it. Mackenzie, no, I can't imagine the last time we did a tier list was a year ago. It sure didn't feel like the years passed. In some ways, it feels like a year has passed and like 3 years have passed. Like a few months have passed and at the same time a few years. It's definitely something, if you ask me. Want to see that one? It sounds interesting. I'm curious to see it, Anna. I'm curious what it is about. If it's one of those where... Oh man, I'm trying to think. Is it like a movie? Is it like a monster movie where the monster is chasing a human and a dog, and we're just seeing it from the dog's perspective? Because for those of you who don't know, Good Boy is a horror movie that it's your typical monster or slasher or whatever the monster or whatever the villain is who's coming for the human. It's actually filmed from the dog's perspective. Hey, Amity, welcome to the chat. Of course, you appear right when we're talking about the movie Good Boy and animal potentially being in distress. It's like, my senses picked up danger. My senses detected danger of the floofs, and I must protect. Let's see. But yeah, it could be a thriller. I'll do more on that later on. Anyway, I'll be honest, people. I'm almost tempted to just do this little list for another week, because right now I'm foggy in the head and still kind of have a lot more to do, but I think I'll just do that after this stream. What I wish I could have done is pull up Streamlabs, because I was looking around for a third-party voting system. What I want to do today, heyo, am I late? No, Cerise, you're at a good time. Thank you for coming. What I want to do is what do you call it? So what I want to do is a voting system. I know that YouTube has a built-in voting system, but it only goes up to 4 options, which should be enough. But I wanted to do a Streamlabs where you could do like 3 different, where you could select multiple questions, multiple options. YouTube, you can only select 1 option, I believe. So, Roxanne says it's like a possession movie. Oh shoot! No wonder the dog would start freaking out. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Ooh, Good Boy. I'm so interested in that movie. Okay, you too, Amity. You sound tired. You all right? It's Monday. I'm as good as you can get, Anna. Don't worry about me. I'm fine and dandy. So what I was originally going to do is I wanted to look for a third-party voting thing for this. I know that YouTube has a voting poll that you can put up, but you can only select 1 option at a time. The way I have it set up is I'm going to put a little picture of a villain on a horror movie villain. Anybody from the Alien or the Predator, all the way to somebody goofy like the witches from Hocus Pocus, all the way to something that isn't really Halloween themed, but is definitely spooky themed, like Christian Bale from the movie Psycho. And I'd say, all right, what do you think? Like, who of you think that you could survive? Now, it's easy to say that, but there are a lot of rules in movies, and those same rules don't transfer outside of into real life. So I thought, why don't we put a couple of options here? Option one is like, yes, I would survive with them no matter what. Option two is, yes, I would survive, but only in the movie, only in real life logic, not the movie logic. Or option two, I would survive if I was an extra, or I would survive if I was a main character. Then, option so on and so forth. And what I mean by those rules in movies is that some people, there are certain rules in place. Like maybe a horror movie villain is coming after one specific person in that movie. So to say, would you survive this villain? You're like, well, I think so. That depends. Is the villain coming after me, or am I just in the way? Is it coming after one of my best friends? So, I think what we'll just do is I'll just keep the voting system the way it is, and I hear stomping up the stairs, which can only mean one thing. My room is right by the stairs, so I wonder if we're going... Nope, never mind. No Lorenzo. I think it was somebody else coming up the stairs. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is just find a picture of the... Oh yeah, let me go grab the picture of the main villain real quick. So I'm going to pull up a picture of each of the little horror movie villains. I'm going to give you some options in the chat, and I'm going to see, do you think you could survive this one? I'm not going to have you vote immediately, because I'm going to read off some of their abilities, because some of these characters I guarantee we don't know about. And I'm also going to read off ways that people have evaded or even defeated the villain. So my question to you is simply, do you think you could survive a movie with this character? Let me just see real quick. Is that Jack and Sally dancing? Yes! In the background you can see Jack Skellington and Sally dancing. In fact, behind me there's a couple of other characters around here. There's a skeleton that pops up every now and then. Right here to my right, well, to your left, chat. Right here to my right there's a little pumpkin-headed kid. Almost kind of looks like Jack. There's even somebody up there in the window. Fun fact, when the film was first announced, good boy, the internet was in a frenzy of, does the dog survive? And yes, the dog does live. I had a feeling they would, Amity. I mean, Amity, it's like, Amity, you know exactly why they were like that, too. Face it, we grew up in the generation of Old Yeller or something like that, or Where the Red Fern Grows, the generation of the dog dies, The generation of Chapter 1, life sucks, Chapter 10, the dog dies, good night. It's like, what was that? What was that? It's like, what kind of story was that for? They're like, because life sucks, get used to it. Like, I didn't know you were doing a self-fulfilling prophecy there, but thank you for, I guess, somewhat mentally preparing us. You could have... That's not how you mentally prepare a generation of life sucks. You mentally prepare a generation like that by making everything overcharged when they're younger and say, here's how you can work out finances and stuff like that at a young age. And here's how you can understand that so that you're better, more prepared for it later on. Not, hey, the dog dies, goodbye. I'm getting off topic. All right. Let me pull up a list real quick and we'll get this started. So I'm going to put a picture of the villain up on the screen. I'm going to start reading off some of their abilities, some of their kills, chances that you could survive as an extra, or the number of extras they've killed, the number of side characters, and if they've killed a named character. And I'm going to let you decide, would you be able to defeat this character or survive them? You can type in the chat how you think you would. I'm turning 16 in less than 2 weeks and I've already been called old by friends and random little kids. Zombie, it doesn't get any better as you age. Oh no, Old Yeller. Yep, Jen, Amity, Old Yeller, Where the Red Fern Grows. There are others, I just can't think of them. Oh, there's that skeleton in the background, just having one too many drinks and now he's boned. Looking at the crow over there on the far right, or my left, I suppose. Alright, so let me pull up this little thing. Is the villain coming after me, or does the villain have a crush on me? Just kidding. Ariel, he definitely wants to crush you, so crush is in the word. Here we go. No, not tied list. These keys on my phone are way too small for me. I changed my phone from an iPhone XL, which lasted me a good like 7 years. It's still working condition. I mean, it's a sturdy phone. It's like I didn't hear no bell 6 years later, 7 years later. After I transitioned over to a Pixel 8. This thing has a slimmer design and subsequently smaller keys. What that means is that my big old sausage fingers can't seem to, even when I hit the keys directly, the keyboard pretends that I hit something else. I'm like, oh, for goodness sake. I'm like, I got man's fingers here. Quit doing that. All right, let's start out a little easier here. Our first contestant, for those who are curious, yes, we're going to start out with the witches from Hocus Pocus, the Sanderson sisters, Winifred, shoot, what are their names? I did say I was feeling foggy in the head today. You can't blame me on that one. Here we go. Winifred and Sarah. There it is, and Mary. Yes, I'm noticing you too. All right, so the first one here are Winifred, Sarah, and Mary Sanderson. Let me go ahead and type this up real quick. Wait a minute, Q&A? Answer viewer questions live? Ooh, that'll come in handy in the future. You know what? I'm going to add this. Here we go. I'm going to submit a little Q&A for you to also submit these monsters. There we go. Live chat. All right, so in the chat, you should see a Q&A where you can submit your own horror movie or Halloween movie villains. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and type up the question real quick. And the way I'm going to word it is like this. Could you defeat or survive here we go. You know what? I'm going to add a couple options here. I'm going to say defeat, yes. Survive, yes. Now, we'll keep it simple. There's only a few people here compared to usual. So I'll just say, all right, there we go. Got 2 different things to fill out now. Pardon, everybody. Only 30 minutes until you're off work. Yay, you almost got it. You got it, Luna. Oof, there's going to be a few in this list. I'll be iffy about surviving or not. I don't think you know the half of it, Amity. There are some in this list that I thought, after seeing them last year, that made me think, heck no, just S tier, F tier. Yeah, F tier. Well, let's see. I have a good chance against them. I know that these witches are weak to things like salt. There you go. Yeah, that's right. Let me go read off some of their little abilities real quick. I have sausage fingers. Sir, you're tall and strong. It's proportional to have big hands. Thank you, Letty. Say you seem to have pointed out one of my superpowers. Anyway, back to these. There should be a section right here. No, there is not. No matter. We go over to here then. So now, the Sanderson sisters' abilities. So, the Sanderson sisters have your typical witch abilities, casting spells like lightning, telekinesis, but even paralyzing spells. They can fly on brooms. One of their biggest specialties, though, is brewing potions. So, if they're the potion-making type of witches, then that means that you've already bested one of their strongest abilities. However, as we saw a grown man or a grown boy get taken out by one, through lightning and fire spells, they're no easy feat. However, let me just show you this little clip right here. Here we go. Like this one right here. They can summon lightning from their hands and combine it with telekinesis, so they can actually pull you off the ground while they shock you to bits. However, they're only strong when you can see them coming. I will admit, if you believe that you can sneak up on them, you may have an advantage. Because most people will actually... There have been a couple of characters in the show that snuck up on them multiple times, and beat them with a freaking broom, their own broom. Imagine getting run over by your own car, as if that's not adding insult to injury. Oh yeah, they're weak to puns. Count Dadula. I do have to add this one little thing though, people. Nobody ever defeated them outright. They only held them off. I mean, unless you're planning on bringing out pew-pews and pit bulls and thinking maybe this will help. They never really got defeated. They had to be defeated by sunlight. Their one weakness is that, at least in the film, they only come back for 8 hours, the entire length of Halloween night. Hey Siamese, how you doing today? I'll give you 1 more minute to vote and then we're going on to the next one. So something to think about is that they will probably be able to beat you if they can see you coming. They do have some weaknesses though, such as if you're in a ring of salt, they cannot harm you. But if we want to go by movie logic, like you don't know about this any more than the main characters do, will you use it? They also seem to their biggest strength is brewing potions, not so much using spells, though they do have some spell casting. Anybody that faced them directly kept on getting electrocuted and hung on the rooftop, basically, being electrocuted. Anybody who snuck up on them was able to beat them, but they quickly ran away afterward. Would you try to finish them off instead of run away, or would you not want to test it? Alright, let's see the results for this. Could you defeat or survive the Sanderson sisters? 91% of you said yes. 9% said no. Understandable. Alright then. On to the next one. Our next guest on this list is going to be a much more interesting one. We're going to go back to the classics. Michael Myers, the original Halloween villain. There we go. Now, I'm going to word this as, would you defeat him, survive him, or neither? Hey Siamese, welcome to the chat. Yeah, so far if you're just tuning in, you've only missed one so far. Alright, next question. I've also got a Q&A in the chat. If you feel like adding that, we can look over your own movie monster or Halloween villains, or horror movie villains. We can answer those too. This next one is Michael Myers. So I'm going to say, survive? Yes. Defeat? Yes. And then a final option, neither. Neither survive nor defeat. Oh, I misspelled neither. There we go. Defeat, yes. You know what? I'll add this other one. All right, I'm going to add a fourth option here. The options are, do you think survive? Yes. Defeat him? Yes. Or neither. Then a final one. Go a little easy because I know that some people are very indecisive in chat sometimes. I mean that in a... I guess you can't really mean that in a not good way. Now, what is Michael Myers' kill count? Oh, you leaving already, zombie? Okay, see ya. Thank you. Maybe defeat him in Dead by Daylight. Luna, I was tempted to bring up some of those stats. Let me just see here. Alright, on to Michael Myers' abilities. Michael Myers' abilities. Come on, search. Michael Myers' abilities. Yep, voice to text. There we go. Alright. So for those of you who don't know who Michael Myers is, he's the original Halloween. He went around with a kitchen knife stabbing people. Apparently, this guy's first kill was when he was, I believe, 5 years old, and it was none other than his sister, his little sister, who was killed unprovoked, according to the coronary, or according to the criminal report. Michael Myers was institutionalized and broke out of that psych ward and went on a murder rampage. Why he wants to kill people? Nobody really knows. People believe that he's just the spawn of the devil. He just kills because he can. And despite him looking like just a common guy in a janitor suit, a rubber mask, and wielding a kitchen knife, he does have some pretty inhuman levels of strength, being able to bash down doors with little effort. He's also been able to take blows to the head and the body from baseball bats, knives, chains, all kinds of weapons, and in some cases people have even shot at him, but usually they miss in those movies. He has been shot a few times and survived them. Michael Myers, each Halloween, at least according to the movies, is believed to have been defeated. But for some reason, as if he's Freddy Fazbear or whoever the purple guy's name is, he always seems to come back. His preferred method, though, is usually killing with stabbing, the knife. Let's see, Amity says, it would be nice to be the final girl, but I'm 50-50 on this movie. Amity, funny you mentioned that. I did actually want to mention there's a Streamlabs option where I could put up a voting poll where you could say, you can actually select multiple options on the poll. And unfortunately, YouTube only lets you pick one, and I can't really change those settings. But I would have given people the option to say, yes, I could survive as an extra, as a main character, or a secondary named character. But as far as Michael Myers is concerned, he's only ever killed secondary characters and extras, never any main characters to my knowledge. So, if you think that you've got that main character energy, I'll give you another minute to go. He basically doesn't have any clear defined weakness from what we can see. Anytime people believe he's dead, he always seems to come back, so it's very possible there are actually multiple Michael Myers. And I'll say 3. Oh, William Afton is the purple guy. Thank you, Amity. Is it Vincent or William Afton? William Afton, Luna, as Amity said. Not the camp abstinence inspiration. I always get this one confused with the other one. I think Friday the 13th. Yeah, Remy, you're thinking of Jason. Oh, don't worry. We're gonna put him up there next. All right. First Sisters, Sanderson sister Disney movie. Second Michael Myers. Yep. La Petite Willow. That's pretty much the entire theme of this channel. We do a lot of game whiplash around here. All right. Going to look at the voting. Now, let's see. Could you defeat Michael Myers or survive a movie where you are in his way? 17% of you said that you could survive a movie with Michael Myers. 4% of you said, yes, I could defeat this guy. I will curb stomp the little schnot. 50% of you, half of you said neither. I'm not surviving. I'm not defeating him. Understandable, have a nice day. And then 29% of you said maybe. Conditional, we'll say. Yeah, understandable. I may be hot-headed right now, and it might be me thinking, yeah, I could easily beat this guy. The inhuman strength, though, is very circumstantial. Sometimes he's trapped in a room and then escapes moments later, usually whenever a named character does it. Other times, he's taken hits from the entire town and wiping them off before going on a killing spree himself. He's pretty, all I gotta say is he's pretty, what am I trying to say? Inconsistent, not inconditional, inconsequential. Inconsistent. I'm of the 4%. Respect, Allah. Respect. All right, next one up here. Let's dial it back just a little bit. Ghostface. The villain, or I should say villains, from the Scream franchise. So there is in fact no singular Ghostface. There are many Ghostfaces. Ghostface is not even something that the killer Ghostface himself put on. In every single Scream movie, there have been 1 to 2 Ghostfaces at a time. In newer films, there's been up to like 3, 4, even 5. Let me go ahead and type this one out. I'm going to do another one where it's like, do you think you could survive this one? Do you think you could defeat this one? And actually, as I'm typing this out, I kind of want to see your explanations. For those who said you defeat Michael Myers, how would you do it? And I want to ask about the Sanderson sister for those who didn't think they'd survive. You're probably smarter than us, or you're not giving yourself enough credit. Like, just as a reminder, a 5-year-old child survived Hocus Pocus. Actually, how old was the kid? Was she like 10? Not 5, what am I thinking? A 10-year-old kid survived Hocus Pocus. And that's also a movie where the witches were actively hunting kids down. Okay, so let's see. Now, As far as Ghost, while you guys type that out, I will read it off in just a moment. But I do have a, I'm going to put a little condition for Ghostface. I'm going to say I could defeat one or two, but, or a group, or all of them, you know? Just going to say, nope. Option 1, nope, no chance of defeating Ghostface. Option 2, option 2 only if there's one. Actually, I'll say option 2, I could survive one. Option 3, I could defeat one. Then, actually no, I'll lap some of these in together. I could survive one or more. I could defeat two or... I'm mixing myself up. Let me get some water real quick. Apparently, to put it in scientific terms, not enough oxygen is reaching my mind at the moment, and it is, or rather, should I say, all the oxygen is outside of my brain, around my head. My head has a lot of hot air in it. Unfortunately, none of that oxygen is reaching my brain. This is what I mean by the whole, I wish I could use the other labs, the stream labs, but I don't exactly have time to figure out how it all works and then apply it onto OBS. This man shows up at some pretty inconvenient times, but, hey, Lorenzo! Whoa, looking snazzy!
Right?
So, chat... So, chat, while I'm typing this out, Lorenzo here has had long hair for several months. Not shoulder-length long hair.
Many eons ago.
Not shoulder-length hair, more like covers his ears and goes down to his neck type of length. But yeah, he just got a haircut today. Looking pretty spiffy, man. So I'm asking the chat here if they think they could survive different horror movies. I want to hear your description for the first two, Lorenzo.
Okay.
The Sanderson sisters from Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
Not even thinking about that. Like, you've seen Hocus Pocus, right?
I mean, one of them is cute.
You've already fell for it, man. You've already fell for it. That's how she gets it. That's how she gets it.
Hey,
nah,
hey.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Everybody that she hits on survives that movie, so I think you're good.
It was like, the bus driver survived. Do you not recall the bus driver?
Oh yeah, the bus. Like I said, everybody that she hits on survives. The bus driver included.
You see, and the blonde one is a tall one.
Mm-hmm.
And she wasn't the brightest, the sharpest knife in the box either.
Okay.
Or they're saying hi.
Dang, this is a complicated one. How do I write this one? All right, so next one, Lorenzo.
I know, bud. They're crazy. They're crazy.
How do I type this thing out? I should have.
What are you talking about?
So I wish that I could use Streamlabs for the poll, and that's the last time I'm gonna say it. Right. I feel like I'm in the recording booth, clearing my throat out. What I was trying to say here, dang it, is so Streamlabs allows you to add polls. People can select multiple options. They can do conditional options. I was hoping to do something like that. I never gave myself time to actually learn it, unfortunately.
So how do you do this?
I was freaking busy. Okay. Dude, I will show you some of the things I edited on that Space Marine 2 video and be like, this freaking thing. And Monday just went by too quickly. I also did a bunch of other things today for the Patreon. And anyway, point being, back to the topic. I'm stuck with just using the YouTube poll. It only allows 4 options. You can only select one. So I'm like, how do I write this out? I'm asking the chat if they think they could either survive or defeat Ghostface, meaning survive a movie where they are a character in the film, or I think I'm just going to divide this up into 2 sections. Do you think you could defeat or survive one Ghostface? Let's just say there was just one in the film.
Ghostface, yes, he is dangerous. Yes, he will stab you. However, we saw in the movie, he can be stopped by doors and other stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can even outrun him, technically speaking.
Yep.
So I was like,
yeah.
You could like throw stuff behind you as he's chasing you, like maybe like a door or whatever, you know. And
But here's the thing.
uh,
There were two in the first film.
uh
In later films, there are usually one or two, but the newest ones that have come out, because this franchise has been around for 20 years, I think. Actually, no, 30 years now it's coming on. And
you're aging all of us, mate.
the newest ones use guns, Lorenzo.
Like an AK, or like a handgun.
I mean, like, there's a scene where they're in a gas station, and we just get a picture of Ghostface holding a shotgun.
Well, the thing is, with a shotgun, you wouldn't survive at all.
Exactly my point.
Because the hole is like this
All right,
big, man.
I'm just gonna type it like, hey, I'm gonna type it like this then. Okay. Dang it, gosh, dang it, gosh, dang it. I need more options, YouTube. I need more options. All right, I'll type it like this. Could you survive or defeat one Ghostface?
OG Ghostface.
No. I'm doing all. I'm doing.
I mean, well, that's what I'm saying. Like OG, like the first one.
Yeah, any one of them, because they do have things in common. I haven't even listed off abilities.
Skills, traits, how the moon is shining that day.
All right, so let me go ahead and put this out here. Do you think you could survive one Ghostface if you were in a movie or if Ghostface was in real life? Now, Ghostface, as Lorenzo quite aptly pointed out, is still human. He's still his preferred way of killing, or sometimes she, I should mention. There have been several female Ghostfaces throughout the entire series. And the preferred way of killing is with a knife, as you can see. There have been a couple of other variants. There's been a couple of pistols used by Ghostface. There have been a couple of there's been a shotgun used in one of the recent films. And of course, there are things like if you do something stupid, like getting yourself stuck in a garage door, you might get crushed by that. But as we can see, though, Ghostface is still very much human, and the only way to actually truly... Oh, let me create another one. The true threat, I would say, with Ghostface is that there's numbers and mind games. Because while Ghostface could be a 5'2" girl with a knife that sneaks up on you, Ghostface has also been like a 6'+ dude with a shotgun. So yes, the different Ghostfaces are dependent. You can say maybe, like saying, listen, I could defeat one. But in this case, we're just talking about one Ghostface. You don't know it's one, but there's one. I'm going to end this poll quickly and then do two or more.
I mean, the only way you can tell which one's which is say, well, he has a shotgun, it's all.
So, Lorenzo, 43% of the chat says they believe they could not survive Ghostface.
What?
10%, yeah, just one. 10%, 14, 10. Okay, switching back and forth.
I mean, they're still doing the poll. They're still going
True.
through the poll.
Yeah, I mean, I gave them a bit of time. Like I said, the biggest strengths of Ghostface are, one, stealth. That black suit is very silent from the looks of it.
But he's not immune to damage.
Oh, that reminds me. There have also been Ghostfaces that use bullet-resistant vests. I say resistant because that's the accurate term, but they're bulletproof vests. So there have been several Ghostfaces that have been shot multiple times, too, that then show up again and make the audience question, how'd you do that? Remember, they're Californians. And Ghostface then has to rip open his shirt and show the black bulletproof vest. They're like, you gotta aim for his head. I'm like, why'd you do that, Ghostface? Why did you show them your hand? Anyway.
Well, because he's not afraid. He's a narcissist.
Yep. No, I mean, he, she, there have been several, and they like to play with
In a narcissist.
their weakness. Their weakness, in every single one of the Ghostface iterations, their weakness has always been overconfidence. And, of course, falling down because that goofy suit limits their visibility.
So they're like stormtroopers.
Yeah, a bit like that, too. So their biggest weakness is, of course, falling down a lot.
I think you're good.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and end this. 15% they could at least survive a film with one Ghostface. 12% said no, they'd outright defeat him. And then 38% say, maybe, it's all conditional.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, all right, let me do that same thing, but this time with the multiple.
Amity. 6'2" guy. I kick him in the kneecaps and groin. I see where you're going with this. However, that person might like it.
Gosh dang it, Lorenzo. All right, so there's 4 options. How should we divvy this one up, Lorenzo? I'll say
Tal vez.
2. I'll say 2. I'll say for the first one, I could defeat or survive. And I'll give 2 options for if there were 2 of them. There we go. Survive 2. All right. Now, here's another one of those circumstantial ones. Ghostface has always had one target in particular. It's the main character of that show. So it's like, would I survive? I mean, I'm not their target. We're going to say, maybe you are. Either way, though, if you're in the film, you will get in their way. I don't know why, but I feel Enzo could be Ghostface for Halloween. Because he's stocky, Mackenzie? No.
Listen, I am not very, what's the word, stealthy. You can hear me coming from a mile away.
I mean, I'm pretty sneaky, I'd say, without trying. Chad, if you could see his eyes went wide and kind of mad, like, kind of sneaky? Yeah. My footsteps don't make a sound, people. Even when I'm wearing shoes or boots, I just don't know what it is. I don't like making noise when I move around. That just comes into habit. So people don't know I enter the room. They just turn around and I've phased into existence all of a sudden.
You just summon him by just thinking about him.
And their terror fuels me. Depends. Do I have main girl logic or regular logic? Montserrat, we're going to say that you have your logic. You do not have to live up to any tropes in the film.
You got regular logic then.
Exactly.
Just regular logic.
As Intemis says, hiding and busting out of the door with a bat or a walk. A bonk stick. There you go. Larissa coming in with the common sense. 6'2" guy with a shotgun. Nervous laughter. No. Yep. Hala's got a game plan. I'll avoid the obvious exits. He'll expect me to run for the front door or the back door. I'll look for a window, a balcony, and leave immediately. You're not even going to open... You know, I didn't hear you say an open window, Hala. You're just going to go right through it? He's going to be like, what the crap?
Open the window. Open? I'm out, man.
It's like, open the window. Okay. Like, he went through the window. Like, went through the window. He went through the glass, too, okay?
What do you mean through the window? Come in.
I mean, there is a Looney Tunes shaped hole in the window that they created on their way out. All right, so the thing is, if there are multiple ghost faces hunting you in the house, they are very tactical about it. They will cover both the doors.
They will coordinate very precisely. They have decent to high IQ, honestly.
Oh, yeah. And the modern day ones, Lorenzo, use silent walkie-talkies with each other. So if one finds you, they all hone in on that location, and they cover each of the exits as they go. So for this one, you would need to do hand-to-hand combat, and I'm just going to say this right off the bat. These guys, hand-to-hand combat with somebody with a knife, you are going to get cut, no matter what.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You could be an expert. I'm sure there are some experts that are proficient at disarming. I'm not one of those. The average person is not, so you're probably going to get cut. Hopefully you can withstand that cut, or hopefully you've got access to body armor. Hey, Lorenzo, did I ever show you what's in the closet? Never mind, another day.
What?
Listen, Lorenzo, you know that my dad used to be a policeman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what I don't... Yeah.
His body's... Let's just say that his suit actually fits me now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the vest that he used to have, I mean, he still has.
The whole body one?
Yeah, the bulletproof vest. I mean, put it this way, I'm in my 30s now. When my dad was a policeman, he was during his 20s through his 40s, I believe. Or no, it was late 20s.
I've seen those things, man.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, he was almost 30, I think, by the time he became a policeman, because he was a Marine before that. Anyway, I'm the guy from Galaxy Quest. I died the opening credits. Right? No.
Was it the girl Moore? What was the name of the girl?
I don't remember the name of the girl from Galaxy Quest.
No. The movie you saw last time.
You're talking about the blonde in the beginning of the film.
Yeah. What's her name again?
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore.
Mm-hmm.
She's her.
Oh no.
She does at the beginning.
Remy, The good news is that means people thought you were the leading lady. It's like, Larissa says something about sneaky. He goes, ooh, sneaky, that I am too. I'm very sneaky when I'm walking. My footsteps always complain about, my roommates always complain about that. Holy laddie, make noises, please. I don't know why.
Wait,
But
like, do we need to put a bell on you?
exactly that. They just turn around, there's like a 5'2" redhead. They're like, geez, put a bell on you.
Where did this come from? It's giving office vibes, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
they don't even see her. It's like Drax. She's just eating chips in the corner like, hi. I'm like, oh.
how long have you been there?
Like 10 minutes. She's like, I have developed the art of walking very slowly and still. I'm now invisible. Amity, I can be sneaky when I want to. I got the quiet, shy advantages. And combined with the pew-pew, because I know you're from the South, dear. Yeah, I think you got this. You also remember though, when two or more ghost faces are hunting you, I'm going to look at the poll now and shut it down in a second. They may be hunting you. They may have the advantage of numbers, but you have the home field advantage. Because so far, I've never seen one where they've got the entire house mapped out already.
It's your house.
Right. I mean, they may know the entrances and exits, yes.
But it's your house, like, you know where everything is.
But it's very possible some of them have never been in your house. I say some because there was one in one of the movies that actually lived at that house, so it was an unfair advantage. And I'm surprised nobody caught on to that. I'm like, wait a minute. Either this is bad writing and that Ghostface knows exactly where all the stuff is hidden, and everything is disappearing before the main characters can find it. Either that's some bad writing or that Ghostface is one of the main cast. And I, sure enough, called it right about not even halfway through the film. It was like the third or fourth movie, not one of the best, still.
So a vast majority of you made.
Yes,
Like, you know
60%.
It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, 60% says 2 or more, I am not surviving no matter what. 24% say that they could survive a movie with 2 ghost faces. 5% say they could defeat 2 ghost faces hunting them down the house. And then finally 5 said they could defeat any number of them. Okay, you 5% are bold. I'm really curious, you 5%. How would you do it?
Yeah, how would you, like, tell me. Talk to me. What's going on?
I mean, for one, I'm not going to mention some of the weapons in this house, but we'll put it this way, Lorenzo. You notice there's a section of the contract that never talks about things that are not allowed here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for a reason. If you're armed, I actually feel like the house is more secure that way. I'm not going to go out of my way and say, no, it's allowed, because I don't want to plant the idea in your head still. I want to make sure that you're actually being legal. But at one point, I have to say this sometimes, given the company I have been with, Lorenzo. Even though nobody's actually broken that law, thank heavens. You never know sometimes. But, Lorenzo.
Are these allowed then?
Yeah. This man had the audacity to stretch his arms and say, are these allowed when talking about guns? Yes, those guns are allowed. Luna says, I'd figure out who the killer is, because the identity of Ghostface is never a stranger. Right. It's always somebody that you know, or at least somebody that the main girl knows. The Ada are always so loud. Oh, ads. I had something like that happen to me today. My grandparents came over. I didn't hear the front door. A few minutes later, Mackenzie says, I come out of my room and there they are, sitting on my living room couch. My gosh, they could be their own horror movie villains.
Like, we've been expecting you.
Was your dad sitting in like that, leg cross position, like he's a mob boss? Like, excuse, what a beautiful home you have. How come you never invite us? It's like, grandfather. It is I. I mean, he's probably sitting there with Ghostface's head on his lap like, this intruder came in. We took care of him. You should take better care of securing your home. We don't want to have to hear that our granddaughter did not survive. Why are you buying clothes at the soup store? Corky, no! That reference. Yeah, the pun was right there. Silver Rain, I can't. I know. Lorenzo took the opportunity. All right, I'll read one more little strategy here. Not going to lie, that happened one. Oh, these are people sneaking around. All right, I think I'll move on to the next one. As far as I go, yeah, I could definitely survive one ghost face. If there were multiple, that one is circumstantial. Lorenzo really... That one's circumstantial because if I don't know about them coming for me, like the movie logic, Well, then all it takes is one to get the jump on me. If there are multiple, though, I have guns too. Like Lorenzo said, stretching out my arms, I got some guns too. And I got the right protection.
Like, if you don't go down with the what is it called, force multiplier.
Mm-hmm.
You better hope you go down with the force multiplier.
I've also got a dog who has shown multiple times that he is not afraid to scrap, even against me when he didn't recognize me one night. Lorenzo really said, "What about these guns?" Flex his arms. He did. Yeah, needless to say, the house is secured. However, my biggest concern is how much damage will the house be in once we're done, because a lot of the houses and sets that ghost faces go through, man, they are often frequently destroyed. So multiple, I'll say circumstantial, but I'm going to go with the yes. Now.
Yes, search history.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on a second. Somebody asked. Back with Enzo Bravo. Oh, hooah! Let's see now. Hey, Lorenzo. Actually, I need to check the Q&A. No, nobody's filled out the Q&A. Okay, no problem. So, Lorenzo, name the first horror movie or Halloween movie villain off the top of your head.
The first? Oh, the guy from Helldivers. No, Hell something?
Or
Pinhead.
Oh, Pinhead.
Yes.
Or game, that too. Okay, Pinhead. Hellraiser, gotcha.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, Pinhead. I'm not familiar with this one, but I'm going to go ahead and start typing out the chat.
It's creepy.
What are some of his abilities? You can give yourself
a...
Oh, you don't know?
No, I just don't know that he's
okay.
Individual. I mean, how many people just look at him? Do you think you turn around, he's right back, just like right behind you, just coming at you, and you're like, how cooked am I? We're like either freeze, run, charge him, or just simply be like, well, let's see what the odds are.
All right, well, let me go ahead and see what his abilities are from Hellraiser. I know that apparently he's got some mundane abilities that go beyond human imagination. So let me just see. Pinhead abilities. Please do not pull up SpongeBob from Patrick from SpongeBob. Gosh dang it almost did. Oh, you call him Pinhead. All right, so for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Hellraiser franchise, Pinhead here, I bet you can't guess where he gets that name. His abilities are supernatural. He can he can summon telekinetic chains to mutilate his victims. No, not just subdue, mutilate. They are sharp, I'm guessing they are razor chains. He's got shape-shifting abilities to deceive his opponents. Oh my gosh, I could think I'm talking to Lorenzo right now. He can create illusions. He has got the power of teleportation, the power to transform humans into, I don't know what Cenobites are, but I'm guessing a type of zombie from the description of it.
It's a creature.
It's a creature. Basically, the guy goes around killing regular Joes and turning them into his minions. I'm just going to say this right now. I don't think I could defeat this guy. He's supernatural. Survive?
He goes to party. He parties with Cthulhu.
Yeah, this guy has Cthulhu on his guest list, exactly. Oh, but good news, though. There is an easy way to survive him. Don't summon him. I'm just going to... Oh, I didn't start the poll. Gosh dang it. You could have told me. Nah. There's no way you could have known.
I saw it.
Oh, you saw it, but you didn't press enter. I mean, you didn't tell me to press it. Listen, I told the chat earlier that after all the editing and stuff I've done today, it was a lot of brain work, and usually when you say that time goes by too quickly, that doesn't mean that time is going by. It means that you're moving slowly. Time is moving faster than you can. Let's just say that there's a lot of oxygen in my head, and none of it is in my brain. Let me go get some H2O in me. Shape-shifting? Illusions? I'm a goner. Yep. Never seen this movie. Defeat? Which one were you pointing at, Lorenzo?
Oh. Was that
Do you remember it? Do you remember it?
Oh. No. Sorry. You see, Pinhead is one of those individuals that they're a force of nature.
How about now? Oh, bye, Cerise. You see it? Do you see the comment? I could survive Cthulhu, though? Same way the crazy guy from Gravity Falls survives the memory wipe? Remy. Remy. You're saying you could... You're saying that you would not survive Ghostface. You'd get killed within the first few minutes. But you could survive this guy? You could survive Cthulhu?
See, Cthulhu, he makes you think that he's not there anymore. Even though he's a creature from a different dimension.
Okay, I'm going to end the poll here. 72% said no survival. 6% said yes, they could defeat him. What in the... And then a lot of people just didn't vote. Understandable. Have a nice day. Yeah, 72%. I'm with you on that. Could not defeat or survive. I think I could survive him easily by just not summoning him. See a cursed ancient object that feels evil and be like, yeah, we're not touching this. Have a nice day, everybody. Goodbye.
Put it back in the door. Like, anyways. Oh,
Yep.
That's interesting. Like, anyways. I was telling you guys, tomorrow's the party at 6 p.m. Just make it to be ready.
I mean, I did say that if you're not familiar, you don't have to vote. But as a proud American, I'm going to say, please vote. Hellraiser, it's a crazy movie. Oh, I've never seen it, Raven. I'll have to watch it at some point. All right, let's go back to another classic real quick. Frankenstein's Monster.
Okay? He never had a name.
I know. He never even had a name. Frankenstein's Monster. See, Frankenstein's Monster is not so much of a villain, but if he has gotten aggressive a couple of times throughout his many iterations in film. This poor guy right here is most oftentimes portrayed...
He doesn't have a high IQ. He literally just reacts to emotions, what people do to him.
You haven't seen the original, have you?
Seen the what?
Frankenstein. But you've seen Van Helsing.
Oh, yeah.
That Van Helsing Frankenstein is probably more true to the original Frankenstein's monster.
You think so?
Yeah, in the original book, he was actually quite articulate, because the brain was still intact. He was quite articulate, and not the book, the original movie.
I mean, that doesn't make sense, though, because anyways, I'm adding too much logic.
What doesn't make sense? No, I think you're bouncing around too many ideas.
Yeah, no, I'm overthinking it.
Oh, yeah. It's not that you're overthinking, it's that it's like when you've opened up too many tabs, you're like, okay, never mind, I'm going to close the whole window. I'm like, buddy.
Where's that music coming from?
I'm like, buddy, you only need one window open. Why do you have 4 tabs open? And all of them have different search results. I'm like, I mean, honestly, in your defense, I think that was actually pretty smart, because you're thinking, it's like you decide to do 4 different tabs, 4 different searches, like, I'm going to research this thoroughly. And then you realize that you don't need to research all of those.
Raven Lisa says, "Oh, I love The Bride, which is a spin-off or inspired." Oh, cool. Yes, I love the Hugh Jackman man. Right? Oh my gosh. The CGI still holds up to this day.
Now, honestly, for those of you who know Frankenstein in every one of his iterations, he never really is aggressive toward people. There have only been a couple of rare occasions where he's been provoked, usually scared, but I'll say this much. It took an entire mob to finally bring him down, and only because he didn't want to fight back.
I'm gonna go like this, and like, actually, he's not evil.
Exactly.
Not evil at all.
Yeah. So
he literally got resurrected.
Mm-hmm.
And people were like, "We want to kill you." He was like, "What?
Yeah.
What did I do?"
Mm-hmm. So the reason why I went back to classics is because I am also going to bring back another classic momentarily. But with Frankenstein here, just in case he got aggressive, do you think that you could defeat him? And I'll guess what, people, before you vote, I will include befriending as a form of defeating him, besting him, we'll say. So if you think you could befriend Frankenstein, yes, go ahead and say that you would absolutely defeat him. Because at the same point, sometimes a fight is not about killing your opponent, so much as breaking their desire or their will to fight. If he has befriended you, then he does not want to fight. In fact,
I add one more thing?
Yeah, and I'll add one other thing. Bink.
Yes, you can pet the danger floof.
Not so much a danger floof, but he's not so much a floof, but he's definitely the danger. I think Frankenstein is always like 7 feet tall, something like that. He's heavy as can be, stronger than an ox, able to lift a carriage and throw it. He does have a weakness to fire. He's afraid of it in most iterations.
I'm afraid of fire.
I don't know how true that is, though. I'm kind of forgetting some of the details on the original, but in many iterations, Frankenstein is indeed afraid of fire. Evil created him. Evil left its mark on him, but evil does not rule him. Yeah, that was Hugh Jackman's quote, Luna. Or, I mean, Lorenzo.
Yes, I am Luna. I am Luna.
What was that voice?
I don't know. I was thinking of like,
What was that voice?
I am Luna.
You sounded like one of the pigs from from A Muppet Christmas Carol. My voice cannot go that high. All right, I'm going to close this one. Yeah, understandable. 80% of the people said they could survive him. Nobody said they could defeat him. I mean, truth be told, for most people, it's like you wouldn't need to survive him. He's not evil. He's not out there to destroy. He's just misunderstood. Exactly, Remy. Yeah, but he killed his creator's wife, and she was innocent. Oh, La Petite. I did not know that detail.
I mean,
I'll have to look at the original story.
because he died, because the husband died, though.
I don't...
Victor Frankenstein was killed.
By who?
Yes. I don't know.
You were thinking about Van Helsing again, were you?
No.
Silver Rain says...
And so I think when you start, sorry, that Luna, that's not me. My bad.
All right, Silver Rain. In the book, I think he appreciates fire, although he was burned by it because he didn't know what it was at the time. That's what I'm thinking too. I know that later iterations gave him a weakness, like a fear of fire, but later iterations also made him pretty dumb and unable to speak very well. But yeah, I think you're right, Silver Rain. He probably did appreciate fire. I just can't remember myself. All right. Now, speaking of... Get ready, folks.
He's a count. Remember, he had the title. Because he was a lord before.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember... Not just any Dracula, but the man who invented the first sexy vampire. And I use that picture. So for any of you who want to know, in the past, vampires were usually monsters of some kind. Maybe they disguised as humans. But who decided to make vampires charming one day? I'll tell you who. The main character of humanity, Christopher Lee, or one of the main characters. Christopher Lee's Dracula was one who made Dracula less of a monstrous being and more of a charming figure. Yep, the pale skin, the white hair, and even the devilish bloody smile. Oh yes, there's even a scene where he even breaks down a door. Wait, that was the mummy. Never mind, moving forward. Trying to find a less creepier picture, but all I've got are these. Anyway, yes, this is the guy who basically made Dracula charming. Every instance of Dracula after this had some level of charm to it. Thank you to Christopher Lee's performance. Let's see, depends on the Dracula. Larissa, I'm talking about this guy, who I consider the OG, the Dracula. So for anybody who wants to know, including you, Lorenzo, Dracula's abilities, he can fly, he can turn into a puff of mist. He also has the powers of hypnosis. If you stare into his eyes, if you listen to his voice, if you listen to the squeak in the background of a happy puppy, you will come under the happy dog spell. I mean, you will come under the Dracula's spell. Let's see. He's also impeccably strong, impeccably fast. However, he does have weaknesses to sunlight, and of course the wooden stake through the heart. He sleeps like many vampires. He must sleep during, I believe, the day.
Say it.
And
Say it.
you happy, bud?
No, say the other line. Say the other line. Say the other line.
I don't know what other line you're talking about, man.
Fight. Last time. You did fine.
Oh, oh, yeah.
Oh man.
There was a time when Lorenzo looked at it and said, "Hey, oh yeah, I did it."
Yeah, it was you.
Yeah, I was like, "Hey, quiet!" And I kid you not, threw his ball and just walked away. I'm like, "I'm sorry." Hey, buddy. Oh no, I wasn't saying it this time, buddy. I wasn't saying it this time. Okay, buddy. Yeah, Thor's looking at me like, "Say the line. Go ahead. Say it."
I dare you, boy. There, say it, son.
I will also say this much. So, let me go ahead and type out the question. I'm just not into it today.
Oh, I would not survive this. He would look at me and he would like, before the thought would reach my muscles.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, run.
Voting has started, folks.
He would have already killed me.
Yeah, so he does have impeccable speed, immense strength. Don't really get to see a whole lot of it. Yes, he must also feed upon the blood of the living. He's also very charming. Not just his dashing good looks and his demeanor, but he also has the power of hypnosis, folks. Just looking into his eyes and maybe listening to his voice is enough for you to fall.
Guapo. That's what he is.
Is enough for you to fall under his spell. Exactly, Lorenzo. Now, here's the thing, though. If you think that you can survive just by being one of Dracula's brides, I will accept it. I'll consider that surviving. You at least survived until the end of the movie, maybe into the sequel.
He mostly charms ladies.
Yeah.
So
Girls.
as a guy, I'm cool. I'm out to,
Girls,
no,
you have an advantage here. This is the original sexy vampire man. You've got the advantage. He'd more likely charm you, maybe get a bite, just a nip, rather than outright kill you. Mackenzie's speaking the real truth. Think about the garlic, people!
So garlic with chicken tastes great, by the way.
Okay, we know what Lorenzo's eating that night. Larissa's comment, Thor's throwing around the ball like, "Yes, I would defeat him." Thor did not get the spooky vibes memo. Too cute. Thor's like me. He's just chill.
Oh,
Thor is a bit like, nothing really gets to him. Well, if you guys want to know how inexplicably chill Thor is, picture one of those gorilla costumes that people wear to freak out their dog. We have one of those gorilla costumes. How do you think Thor reacted to it, Lorenzo?
You're the child.
He didn't react at all. I was at my parents' house. This was just last year. I put on the gorilla costume because I wanted to see Thor's reaction to it. I walk back inside. Thor is right there in front of the door. He lifts up his head because he's laying down. He takes one look at me and then lays back down. He wags his tail, too. He even wagged his tail like he knew it was me. I'm like, how are you not freaked out? He could smell it was me. I'm like,
Because you can smell it.
you could smell it. Yeah, Thor was unaffected. Moses, on the other hand...
Your action is ineffective.
Moses, on the other hand... Oh, Moses turned around, saw me in the gorilla costume, and made that sound and ran away. He made that exact noise, Thor, exactly. And ran away, Scooby-Doo style, like, because he was on tile, so he was like, walking away. Whee! Flying away, Team Rocket style. Alright, I'm going to close this poll right here. 67% of you think that you could survive. 10% of you say that you could defeat him. And 24% say no. Boy, I swear he's doing it right in front of the mic, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's... Hey, chat, Thor is showing you his ball.
Be nice. Say hi.
I'm surprised you have a gorilla costume. My question is, where is it now? Oh, it's at my parents' house, probably.
I had a shark costume now.
He has a shark costume. Shakira, Shakira. Lorenzo really knew that he could dance like this. Hey! Makes a man want to... Okay, fine.
I'm gonna do it.
What are you gonna do?
Baby shark.
There's the sound of me punching him square in the face, like, nope! Mm-mm. Like, no! And he was never seen again. It's like, Enzo? I've never heard of him. Who's this Enzo you guys speak of? I have no idea who you're talking about.
Your tenant. Like, oh, I thought he was still working for 3 days straight. Yeah, he worked a lot.
Thor squeaking the ball. I know you're talking about me! Thor squeaking the ball. Okay, chat. Hey, Thor, they love your ball. They love your ball. Thor will defeat the villains with the power of squeaks. I appreciate it, Amity. Exactly.
He's like, let my ball go.
I do have one final question for the chat while I look up this next one. For all 60-something% of you that said that you could survive him, how many of you are just planning on being Dracula's bride or one of his hypnotic slaves, something like that? I'm curious.
He's like, yes, I'm a slave. Like, but I didn't even use a spell. I'm so a slave.
It's like, I'm your slave. I never used the mat. It's like, I'm your slave, sir. I never used magic. I'm still your slave. When you get a blessing, don't say you say thank you. Let's see now. Like I said, I'll summon Solaire and he'll get the job done for me. Okay, Hollow, we're going off of game magic here. Now, for the next one. Jason Voorhees. Lorenz, are you familiar with this guy?
Oh.
Look at the screen.
Which one?
There can only be one blonde here, my good man.
Listen, I'm blonde inside. No, I see a picture. He's the one with the machete.
Yeah, there's two screens, chat, and only one of them has an actual character on it. And I'm like, hey, look at the screen. He's like, which one? All right. Survive. Yes. Defeat. Yes. And we're going to add an option for...
It's neither.
And then finally, a conditional one. Now, Jason Voorhees, who's made a couple of movie appearances, and he's also appeared in a few games. The most prominent one is the game Friday the 13th. Now, what are Jason's abilities? Well, like said, he's strong as an ox, just like Frankenstein, but I don't think anywhere near as strong as Frankenstein. However, he is also very tanky. The man's built like a linebacker.
I'm gonna say, homeboy went through a wall.
The man is built like the entire football team, you're right. But here's the trick. There's been two Jasons that we know of. The Jason from the first Friday the 13th was actually not Jason, but his mother. His mother was somehow able to kill all those people, and she was nowhere near as strong as Jason. Yet she was still taking people down. There must be something in that mother's milk, because this boy was built like a demigod afterward. Jason has been hit by baseball bats and all kinds of melee weapons like iron wrenches, bats, and even run over by a car one time. I believe he's been shot before too. He's been hit by a multitude of sharp objects and just keeps on getting back up. Another big power object. Oh, yep, unfortunately. If I can find a safe place to hide or run away, then at least I'll survive. Funny that you mentioned that, Brittany. Speaking of running, Jason can teleport. It has been largely debated by the scaredom community. What would you call that? But people saying, are you sure that he can teleport? He could just run around. But in fact, there have been movies where people with weapons point them at Jason. And then suddenly even though they're staring right at Jason, shooting at him, the scene cuts to the gunman, cuts back to Jason, and he's no longer there. Meaning, yes, he can teleport so long as the camera is not looking at him. So, you just need to make sure that you're the camera guy if you're going to survive this. I'd survive how? Don't go to the summer camp and stay home and enjoy summer! If only that was the case, Amity. Unfortunately, he has stopped just terrorizing the people of Camp Crystal Lake, and he has now broadened his palate, you could say. He's broadened his horizons. He's extended his career into the main city. His preferred killing method is with a machete, but as you can see in all these different...
He's moving up in the world.
Unfortunately so. As far as you can see in this one, though, he'll use any manner of weapons he can find. He'll use hatchets. He'll use garden picks that look like spears. He'll use his classic machetes. He'll use... where is it? He'll use random heavy objects and rods. He'll use frickin' knives. That's a machete. He'll use anything he can find. Jason is pretty unstoppable. He goes through doors, he goes through walls, but he's not entirely invincible. He can be taken down if you just make sure to chop him into bits. Apparently there's a ritual that you can perform.
Sounds like you're introducing him to a Friday night fight night.
Sounds like I'm summoning him at this point.
He's like that Russian chess player.
Oh no. Yeah, like the Soviet champion chess player. Alexandra Karpova. What was his name? Anatoly Karpova.
He's like the pride of the USSR. 14-time champion.
Oof, okay, fine. I'll just stay by myself and make room for Jesus. Smart choice, Amity. Teleport? What? I was just saying he's super slow, so I'll take advantage of my agility and outrun him. Unfortunately so, Hala. He will teleport. And that includes people even aiming at him with a gun, looking down to reload, and then suddenly he's right in front of them. Yes, the man can teleport, just so long as you don't take your eye off him. He's like that SCP. And even then, if you're an extra that takes your eye off of him, he's teleporting. Or if you're an extra that's looking at him, he's still teleporting.
Hey, who's that? Wait, where did he go?
Now, there is a way to defeat Jason that they've outlined even in the game. For one, you need to have a girl wear Jason's mother's sweater, just to distract him. This puts him in a vulnerable situation where then somebody, using either a gun or a hand-to-hand weapon, can knock the mask off the face of Jason, after which point someone can then shoot him in the face. Jason at that point will be dead. That is how you kill him. I mean, I don't need a second person for the gun and the bat, so skip those 2 steps, grab a girl who can wear the sweater, and it takes a little bit of effort, but I think we can do it. If we need to slow Jason down, there is a way to he can lose limbs, and he has lost several limbs over the past, usually by characters like Freddy Krueger, but still. So I'm taking out his legs. I never said he could teleport if he didn't have legs. Right, now, ending that chat. Ending that one. What are you looking at now? Laughing at now?
Just like how many people said defeat? Defeat, yes, nope.
Oh my gosh, 0% defeat. Survive? Yes. Yeah, that's probably smart. Maybe you could just avoid wherever he is. Maybe, conditional. Yeah, I'm going to say maybe as well. I'm in the maybe chat as well, because I do need a second person with that whole sweater thing. All right, here. What's another? Oh my goodness, don't mention the selfie. I've got to.
La Llorona.
Something like that. Hey, Lorenzo, do you know what these are?
Huh?
The Weeping Angels.
Who?
The Weeping Angels.
Just because you say the name again doesn't mean I'm gonna know what that means.
All right, fine. These are statues, or rather, these are cursed statues from another plane of existence. And yeah, just like somebody pointed out in chat, if you do not look at them, then they can move. If you are looking at them, they stay stock still.
To the IRS.
Unfortunately, I wish. So yes, not an image of an angel. Yeah, they're definitely not angels, that's for sure. But they kill. They seem to like to kill. Yeah, don't blink is right, Seeker. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say this right now. If I get stuck in a plane of existence with these guys, I'm dying, because I don't know how to get out. Anybody else? We want to skip past this one? What's another movie? La Llorona. Oh, I think there's a couple others on that list as well. All right, let's just see real quick. La Llorona. Oh, gosh, you are ugly. I'm sure she's got...
You just pointed at all of her.
I'm sure she's got a great personality. Buried at the bottom of the lake. Yes, La Llorona. If anybody finds that the least bit disturbing, it means your eyes are working. All right. Hey, Lorenzo, would you like to talk a little bit about La Llorona's abilities?
Okay. So she will cry for help, and you will essentially be enchanted by this weeping. You cannot run from her. You cannot hide from her. Once she sees you, she will stalk you, and she will drag you. She will drag you with her to the lake, where you can scream, you can shout, and you can fight with everything you got. But the matter is not, because her deed is done. You belong to her. You are her property. Some guys might say that's a good thing, but no. but,
Yes, mommy, I'm yours.
but she will just keep you underwater until you're only floating, and that's it.
Let's see.
She's a what the.
Yeah, you know what? I don't want to press enter right now.
Really, I wonder why.
Yeah, maybe let me just close that button real quick, just for a second.
She steals her children, right? No, she does not steal them. She's trying to replace her missing children, which is you.
Mm-hmm. It's actually not as bad as I thought it would be.
She actually has a cute personality.
Like I said, I'm sure she's got a great personality buried at the bottom of the lake, where it was left behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So La Llorona. Any special ways to avoid her, perhaps? Special powers that she has?
So her powers include being able to essentially charm you.
All right.
She has superhuman strength. You cannot escape her.
Really? Superhuman strength?
Well,
Holy crap.
no one has ever escaped her.
Ooh, maybe it's, I mean, she could just put them under her spell, you know?
Maybe, but I mean, I'm not gonna test that.
We do need to get concrete powers in, but what are some ways to avoid her? Are there?
Well, you can avoid her by, if you hear like loud weeping at night, you're like, okay, hope you have a good night.
Why does it seem like she targets young men? Because if there's a crying woman for help, your natural instinct is, oh, I should go check what's wrong.
The
You
thing
know?
is, she doesn't look ugly though. That's just her devilish form. She's actually charming. She's
Oh.
actually cute.
This is starting to sound like a siren or a nymph.
Yeah, I mean, it's not far from.
So it's basically Mexican sirens at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I thought this was a fairy tale. I feel bad for children that were told about her. Yeah, Mackenzie. Why do I get the feeling there's more than one Latino in this chat that's like, oh, yes. Who could forget that story? Don't know her, but I'm going to bed. Good night, everyone. La Petite Willow. I don't know her, but I'm going to bed. Good night, everyone.
Layla, never met her. Anyways, guys.
And that's how she survived the movie. All right, then. Yeah. Does she particularly go after specific targets, Lorenzo? It sounds like her targets are specifically men, but maybe children.
Well, she tries to replace anyone, but men are mostly the ones that.
Gotcha.
If
Like I
you-
said, it really is like a siren. Okay.
Women can also fall for it,
All right.
but
So if you're walking by and you've got a certain mister with you, and you hear a crying woman off in the distance, and he wants to be a white knight, he wants
just
to be
kiss them and just be like, okay, done it,
he wants to be Superman. You just grab him by the arm and be like, honey, let's not go in that direction tonight. Hose cry. Like, wait, what? You can't just go. Hose cry. It's like, he might think you're heartless, but you are saving his life and he doesn't realize it. All right. I hear you, Anna. I hear you. Not that one. But it might actually...
No. What's wrong with you, man?
What is wrong with me? Oh, you haven't even seen the fact that the internet has sexualized this guy, too.
Shut up.
Nope, I wish I was lying. Unfortunately,
Please, no.
book talk is a horny place, is all I'm going to say.
I'm going to go to the bathroom.
He's gone. All right, the next one on this list. Pyramid Head, as he's known, from the Silent Hill franchise. Standing at a whopping 6 foot something, Tinder approved height. We have... Let's see. Could you survive or defeat Pyramid Head? I almost typed Pinwheel again. Pyramid Head. No, Pyramid Head. then finally the last option. All right. Now, so let's talk about some of Pyramid Head's abilities. He is from the Silent Hill franchise. As you can see, that giant kniffy he's got, also known as a knife or a machete, is less of a machete and more like a thin hunk of metal. It's too long, too crude, and way too messy to be called anything other than a butcher's blade. This thing is just meant for cutting. It is heavy, it is large, it is usually the length of an entire person. He swings it with very little effort. Not the last option, I see why. You know exactly why. I know there's some book talkers in here. I'm just making sure that I know. Enzo actually left. I'm just making sure I know my audience, you know, as they say. Alright, now let's see a few more of his abilities, because I'm not as well versed in the Silent Hill franchise. Pyramid Head's abilities. What are they? Alright, so Pyramid Head, I'm just going to guess the usual superhuman strength. Yep, there it is. He's also known as the Red Pyramid Thing or the Executioner. He's been in a couple of games such as Silent Hill 2, Dead by Day. Okay, I don't need to know his entire filmography. Here we go. Superhuman strength. Pyramid Head can wield a massive great knife, which is too heavy for a normal human to use effectively. He can also lift and kill a full-grown person with one hand. Holy crap. Near invincibility. He is immune to conventional weapons like firearms. Apparently one character can only defeat him by confronting his own guilt. Oh, wait a minute, James. Which causes Pyramid Head's purpose to end and leads to his demise. I'll get to that in just a second. Pyramid Head is immune to conventional weapons like firearms. He's a supernatural being created by the town of Silent Hill, and he can appear and disappear throughout the town. He is not limited by physical barriers. Good luck hiding from him. Though his mask has no eye holes, he does appear to have a certain clairvoyance or an echolocation to sense his victims. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he can't actually see. So you could potentially hide from him, as in if he doesn't know that you're there, and he doesn't know specifically where you are, he will enter and leave. Now, there is a reason why this character lives. He's only trying to torment one specific character named James. I'm actually going to say for this situation specifically, we're going to say that you are in James's position. Can you confront your own tormented guilt? Whatever's been tormenting you for years, could you let it go? Could you confront him? Would you be willing to die over it? And it says that you can only defeat him by confronting your own guilt, something that has gnawed at you. It causes Pyramid Head's purpose to end and disappear. In other words, if you don't have any guilt whatsoever, I think that you should be okay. All right, we're going to end this vote in just a little bit. Oh, wow, 0% said the fourth. I'm proud of you all. All right, then. 53% of you said no, you couldn't survive him. I mean, understandable, the whole mentioning of immunity to guns and etc., etc. Yeah, defeat. A few of you know how to defeat him, now that we just listed that off. Unless you stupidly give yourself away while hiding. Oh, Anna, right. Like when you're hiding and you make a sound, for example. Book talkers can have him. I'm running in the opposite direction. Oof. To each their own, to each their own. We don't kink shame, but we definitely shame. Some things don't belong in the open like that. And this one is definite note for me, though the deep dive videos on Pyramid Head are interesting. You don't say, Anna. I'll have to watch one of those afterward. Anyway, I actually have to end this stream shortly, but what is a good villain to end this one on? I'm trying to remember. Gonna do like one or two more villains, and then we gotta end the stream. What the heck? Ah, so that's what people are picturing. Gotcha. Not gonna lie though, the gains on this one. Jeez. Anyway, right. Back to villains. Oh gosh, what am I typing? No. Stay on topic. So, let's see. There were a couple of more villains to react to. I'm probably going to do 2 more and end the stream. Lorenzo, why are you hiding in the doorway like that? So, chat, Lorenzo didn't even knock. He just opens up the door, stands halfway in the door, like he's SpongeBob looking at Squidward in the bed, halfway in the room and halfway out. The room is slowly getting darker because winter is approaching, fall is here, and times get darker quicker. So he's just standing there halfway in and halfway out, like he's plotting my demise in some way. I'm like, can I help you? Were cats from Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island? I don't remember that, Remy. I see the gains on this one.
Scooby-Doo? Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Have you done Death Angels? Silly Bean? Death Angels? Oh, you mean the things from A Quiet Place. Oh, man. Yeah, you mean these from A Quiet Place, correct, Angel? Wait. Who said that? Don't ask questions you don't want to answer. Yep. Tell me about it. I can't even find who asked for the Death Angels. You mean this one, right? Listen.
Yes.
Nobody's surviving this, is all I'm going to say. But Silly Bean... Okay, so Silly Bean was the one. I do have my own gripe about the... You know, I'm just going to ask. I will type it out. What are you licking, puppy? Aye. He always makes it sound like he's slurping something like... Yeah, why you gotta make it sound so extra gross? He wasn't licking his joints, was he?
No.
Okay. He was just... Wait, was he licking the bed?
Yeah.
Why, this dog. This dog.
Yeah, it's his bed, man. It's his bed.
Yeah, but why are you licking the bed, Thor? Why are you... Thor, why are you licking...
You want to question him? Go ahead, question him.
Thor, why are you licking your bed? He's still doing it. You don't give a care. Could survive by not talking, but I'm really clumsy, so... Oh, boy. I have my gripe about the Death Angels. Somebody asked a while ago, Death Angels, the Xenomorphs, and those white spikes all land on planet Earth. In case you want to know who I'm talking about.
How cooked are you? Deep fried.
Deep fried. So we got the Xenomorphs and the white spikes. They all land on planet Earth. Somebody wanted to know which of these would take over. Like, which of these 3 would actually take over? I'm giving it to the Xenomorphs. You want to know why? Because out of all of these, first off, I'm predicting that the Death Angels are the first to die. Like, die off as a species.
Well, they can drown.
Oh yeah, that's for one. They can drown. I'm predicting that they die off as a species. Why? Because first off, apparently the Death Angels do not eat the human beings. Did you know? What do the Death Angels eat, Lorenzo? Do you know? Have you seen A Quiet Place?
They eat
They don't eat people.
stuff.
They don't eat people.
They eat your hopes and dreams and your in your bank account.
Okay, but those will eventually run out when we're all dead, so you got a point. But apparently the Death Angels eat this weird... to give you a little context without getting too far off topic, a meteor hit Earth. Apparently the home planet that these Death Angels are from exploded, sending meteors throughout the universe. Somehow these things survived on a couple of those meteors that landed on Earth.
So they don't need oxygen to survive.
Apparently, they are very durable from the looks of it. Now, the thing is, though, they do need to eat. And apparently these little fungal, fruit-like plants landed with those meteors. So, the Death Angels will actually eat those little plants that are from their home world, which means there's a very, very finite amount of them. These things will die of starvation before any conquest can happen. The Death Angels do not eat human beings. They don't eat meat from the looks of it. The only time they eat are those little plant things, and there's a very limited supply of them. Once that supply is up, so is the Death Angel's time. Now, what about the white spikes and the xenomorphs? The white spikes, first off, they're
built like balls.
yeah, they're built pretty tough, these things. They also have these little pressurized bullets aimed in their little tails right here that shoot these spikes with questionable accuracy. I say questionable because they should not be able to hit anything that's not right in front of them,
They're
given
very
how...
fast, too.
Look at the curvature of that leg. You know how a rifle works, like spinning bullet and all that.
Yeah, sure.
The rifling in an actual barrel. Longer the rifle, the more accurate it is, and it's got to be a straight, high-powered capacity. These things shoot using little high pressure.
Think.
Yeah. They should not be able to be that strong, but we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say, okay, the rules of the white spikes is that they are like locusts. They eat everything on a planet until that planet is all consumed of all meaty life, and then they eat each other. So the white spikes would be the next one, but here's the thing. Xenomorphs are the most intelligent one on this list. And their blood is acidic. If a white spike tries to eat a xenomorph, it's going to die and have its insides melted. Plain and simple. On top of that, xenomorphs may be tough, but they know when they've bitten off more than they can chew in the franchise, and they will oftentimes hide in the shadows.
They're really smart.
They have a caste system. They've got a queen. The queen picks a number of praetorians, like a number of guard, and if the queen dies, one of those praetorians becomes the new queen. Then they have warriors, and then they have drones. Well, they call them workers here. The drones are usually the ones that we see killing off human beings in-game. This one in Alien Isolation, that's just a drone. Not even one of the warriors. The warriors are bigger. Warriors are like this one, I believe. These things are smart. If they know that they're in over their head, they will retreat back to their hives and hide there, and wait until the enemy starves themselves out. First one to die is the Death Angels. Next one is the white spikes. Xenomorphs will be the only ones left. Alright, that's my rant. Would you survive? 78% says no, they would not survive the Death Angels. Understood.
Bison Temes.
Bison Temes, thanks for coming. Is that from the new movie? I don't know how many A Quiet Place movies there are now. I want to say, 3. Okay, so there are just 3. On the ordinary, nope. Give me a flamethrower, maybe. Against the Death Angels, apparently that doesn't work on them, sadly. So
They can't drown them.
true. I think the best option is get a bridge, just keep rebuilding that bridge every day, and then destroy it each day. Anna, I definitely hear you. All right, let's do this one. Jigsaw. Wanna play a game? Exactly. This is the one you're talking about. Correct, Anna?
How many really are there? Well, I mean, that persona. I'm not talking about character.
Now I'm curious, Anna. Could you survive Jigsaw or one of his traps? Is that what you're talking about?
I mean, his jigs are his traps.
I mean, his little persona right here, that little thing, if you ask me, I could survive that puppet. Put me in a ring with him. I'll flatten him, you know? Or even the big guy. One of his traps? No. Alright, here's your 4 options to vote on, Amity. I heard Amity say, big nope. Chat, here's your options to vote on. Unsure about this one. Oh, wait until you see the options, chat. Now I'm curious, which of you think that you just would not be captured by this guy? Let's face it, at least from all I've seen, he catches people in such BS ways. Like, let's face it, if this were real life, he would have not caught a single person. His traps would constantly be breaking down before he can fully make them.
Calling me and said, hey, I know, Jose.
Yeah.
I got the fix last week, okay?
Hala says, do Akaza from Demon Slayer, Ycey. I'm sure the chat will have interesting answers. No, Hala, I'm not doing Akaza from... Nobody's surviving. We're not surviving him. Nobody here is surviving him. Akaza from Demon Slayer, an anime character.
Ah.
Hala, that's not a Halloween villain. That's not a horror movie villain. I will have to do anime characters another time, though. Yeah, Hala, that's way OP. I'd have to say, bring in your fictional character and say, would they survive this one? Would your fictional OC survive that? From what I know, the traps are for shizzy people. Remy, you'd think that, but the thing is, it started out that way, and no. It's very quickly become, he just puts anybody in there now. Anybody that he doesn't like. There have been entire rooms full of people that, half of which are actually innocent. There was a freaking kid and the kid's mother involved in one. He does put innocent people in his traps over the new movies, and there have even been several times where he says, quote, or his other rule is that, quote, all of his traps are fair, which is bullcrap when you go into the details. Watching one video I saw featured traps that were very evidently not fair and were doomed to make sure the person does not survive. Thing is, he only targets bad people. Selfie, yeah. Oh, yeah, he used to only target bad people, but that quickly changed for the worse, and then suddenly he decided to target people who apparently didn't appreciate life. And that did not help at all. Like, okay.
That's why he was a villain. He wasn't an anti-hero, he was just a villain.
There you go. So, yep. Anybody want to survive that? Let's see the options they've got so far. Survive one of his traps. 31% says no. 8% says they would survive one of Jigsaw's traps. In case anybody has not seen the Saw movies, first off, I haven't either, but I've seen several clips. They're really not worth watching outside of maybe the clips. If you're curious, you could. But usually his traps involve something like, hey, your leg is chained to this little bathroom stall. You have to hit this certain thing, and it gives you a saw. You don't saw the chain, you have to saw your own foot off. That's one trap. His traps are usually something like, would you mutilate yourself in order to survive? Or would you walk across glass while nude in order to grab a key and try not to trip and fall and die and bleed to death? Yeah, it's torturous. 46% say they would not get captured. I'm proud of you all.
And it gets awkward because you were already naked before they catch you.
Would you like to play a game? Also, why were you completely buck nude when I kidnapped you? It's like, why were you staring at me why were you kidnapping me when I was buck-ass nude? Like, when I was buck naked. I didn't expect this. Listen, all my clothes were dirty. I was waiting for the laundry to finish. I just got out of the shower. Okay. Just cut off your finger already and you can go home. What? It's like, and 15% says, I could beat that puppet. Exactly. I'm proud of you, chat. I am proud of you. Oh, man. I've only seen kill counts for all the Saw movies, so all of them are just unwinnable. Yeah, they look like it. I've seen videos of, like, locksmiths that talk about how they'd get out of certain traps, and I've seen people that say, there was somebody who critiques Jigsaw's entire motive and his entire code and says Jigsaw's not holding up to it. He's just doing this for the sake of being sadistic. It is exactly that. Well, ladies and gents, I think I got one more before we end it. What do you think of this one, Lorenzo? Actually, there's two more now that I just remembered.
Kruger?
Yep. Mr. Kruger.
The thing is, he only killed the people that killed him.
They were still innocent. We're going by the movie logic, though. Let's say that he attacks you in your dreams. You are now one of his targets.
But he didn't, though.
Did you listen to what I said? Did you listen to what I said?
Oh.
Repeat what I just said. Yeah, there you go. You are his target now. Would you survive?
The thing is, if he's attacking me in my dream world, guess what? He would be butt naked, walking through the streets of Mexico.
What? You'd somehow see me in your dreams like, why is he nude? Lorenzo, why do so many people end up nude in your dreams? Like, how do you know about this? And then I wake up all of a sudden like, I gotta stop taking Tylenol before I go to bed. Hey, Beetleblade, how are you doing?
I can stay away for 24 hours. Yeah, but he hunts you indefinitely.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually going to say I absolutely would defeat this guy because I think I've already told this story a number of times already, but I didn't know that there was such a thing as chronic nightmares. But as a kid, I definitely had that. Got to so bad to where I was basically praying at night, God, don't let me have any more nightmares, please, because, fear sometimes leads you to Jesus, as does blessings, but you get the idea. It was one of the best ways I learned to pray, though, as a kid. Eventually, though, instead of just not having nightmares, I end up learning to always be able to defend myself in nightmares. And now, I hold the philosophy that action movies and horror movies are along the same parallel. They would be the exact same thing. Horror movies and action movies would be the exact same thing if the music and lighting was the exact same. Because think about it, the weaponry, the monsters, they're usually the same in both films. The only difference is the monster is the one hunting in horror movies, and it's being hunted in action movies, or being fought. Because every one of those bad dreams started as a horror movie, and turned into an action movie. I'm surviving just because I know how to kill stuff in my dreams. I beat my nightmares so badly, at least this is what I'm thinking, I no longer dream anymore. I mean, the real reason is probably just because I'm too exhausted each night to actually dream of something, but Amity says, I'm surviving because I'm controlling everything about my dreams. Giant T-Rex shooting lasers and unicorn flowers. Dang it, Amity.
Flamethrowers.
Flamethrowers.
Unicorn flame. You said flowers. What?
Oh.
How did you get?
I have no idea.
How did you get?
I did walk into this with half a brain cell, bear in mind, so I'm walking out with even less of one. Let's see. Definitely wouldn't survive. Not surviving. I have nightmares frequently. Oh, gosh, I am sorry. Brittany, Hannah.
You see, in my dreams, I have the option God mode enabled.
You have the option God mode enabled.
I installed the DLC, okay? I installed that mod.
Your dreams have creative mode unlocked.
Oh, of course.
With admin privileges.
Oh yeah, like super admin, man.
Yeah, he supposedly controls your dreams, but they've never explored what happens if you could control your own dreams. Do you fight for...
Oh, in the movie they do.
Oh, in the movie somebody controls their own dreams?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in my world now, and then it just stabs him and kills him.
Okay, did you hear what I said? I said someone, not Freddy. They never, to my knowledge, they never explored what happens when one of the victims, or potential victims, controls their own dreams.
Oh.
Does that actually happen?
Mm-hmm. That's why they killed him. They burn him out to the real world.
Okay, I don't think you heard what I said.
Never mind then.
I don't... Had one of the targets that he's hunting down, could they... Never mind. They
will absolutely die.
They've never explored the idea of what if Freddy Krueger is hunting somebody that can control their own dreams. Did they explore that in the movie, Lorenzo?
No.
Okay. That's what my question was. Thank you. So apparently you gotta grab onto Freddy, wake up, bring him in this world, and then curb stomp him.
And then tell him, by the way, your rent's due next Tuesday.
Let's see. Silver Rain, yeah, my parents would pray with me at night to make the nightmare go away. Crazy thing, I think it worked. Hey, that's adorable. I love that.
I mean, I had to go to therapy for that.
Oh, dang. I don't have nightmares, I have sleep paralysis. Jeez, Beetle.
It's the same thing.
All right, let's end this poll. 59% say no, you're not surviving Freddy Fruit. All right, I need to end this. We're not doing Freddy Fazbear. All right, let me end the Q&A. Next one is Freddy Fazbear.
Who though?
All right. Did you say who the You were going to say who is Freddy Fazbear, weren't you? Five Nights at Freddy's. Yep. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, it's a cute teddy bear.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, this is your work environment, Lorenzo.
No different than now.
Yep, the goal is you're going to watch the cameras, make sure that there's not a whole lot of movement, and then,
Did you forget I worked as a security guard?
Oh, I definitely didn't forget that. That's why I asked you. I'm like, hey, what does this look like? Imagine working in this.
I don't have to.
Out of curiosity, would you ever be willing to do something like this with horror games? Alien Isolation, FNAF, Poppy Playtime? something like this with horror games? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, like, which games would you survive? I mean, technically, I was supposed to do that today, too, Silver Rain. But yeah, I could do a tier list as well. Include them as well. Movie Freddy or Game Freddy? Yes, Montserrat. I'll say Movie Freddy is in the game. Yeah, and so there is nothing cute about any of them. Yeah, so
Why is that bear?
Lorenzo, so what happens is, let me show you their exoskeletons. So, FNAF skeletons. The machines are bigger than a human being. They look like one of these exoskeletons covered in a suit. It's kind of like that. Now, the idea is that these animatronics are wandering around and they think that you, the guy in the office, are just an animatronic that is outside of your suit, you know. They see that, oh, you're a skeleton that's missing your suit, and they try to put you in one of the suits. Problem is, with all the machinery and stuff, you can't exactly fit in those machines. And yeah, all the mechanical parts clamp down on you when they try to stick you in that suit, and you not only suffocate and die, but you get crushed inside one of those costumes. That's a human eyeball sticking out. So yeah, if you're playing security guard at this place, then they will try to grab you, stick you in one of those suits, and there is no room for you to fit, and then you will bleed out and die.
Do you recall why I quit my last job?
You had animatronics running around that last place? Oh man, but he's a bear. Enzo wants to pet the danger floof. Don't pick the bear, Enzo. Don't pick the bear. Don't poke the bear either. You get crushed by the parts. Not to mention Disneyland malfunctioned.
Even with my panza?
Oh, you're even more dead. You're even more painfully dead.
But I can break out, you know?
Yeah. Your stomach can break metal.
My stomach can digest. Green and red salsa. How about that?
How about this guy? Good old Springtrap.
He's saying hi.
Yeah, he's just saying hello to you. Yeah.
What
He hunts
can
you.
I say except you're welcome?
Yeah, Lorenzo. The options, would you survive? 29% say yes, 29% say no, 43% say they'd fall asleep in the office. Understandable. Have a bad night. They'll make sure of it. Well, oh yeah, you're pretty much fish bait with the bear and the other animatronics. Yep. Raven's List, I think it was Splash Mountain Ride. Holy crap. Let me look up that real quick. Never mind, it's probably not Splash Mountain. I'll have to look into that, and if I find something, I'll tell you. But anyway, ladies and gents, thank you for joining me today. That was a nice little tier list, a Would You Survive list that I wanted to get your information on. And I don't know if I say it, but I think that I would survive the first night at Five Nights at Freddy's because there would only be one night. I'd be quitting after that. I'd be breaking machines and probably getting sued for it.
Dude, it's $500 per hour.
It's actually like $120 per week.
Inflation, man.
Actually, yeah, you're right, because this was in the early 2000s, I think, is when the first game takes place. But yeah, still bad, but you know. I know I've been lurking, writing dialogue, and voting in the polls, but I'm going to head out. See you, Ariel. But, ladies and gents, thank you for joining me today. I hope that you have a tremendous day, and until next time, I will see you tomorrow. This is Ycey Narrates, and I bid you adieu. Goodbye, and Enzo.
Wanna play a game?
Ah.